My name's Grant Tucker. I'm the group manager of the Tarmac company. We're timber wholesalers and resawers, timber treatment. Traditionally, back in the day, there would be very few wood machinists that had all their fingers, and it was just kind of an accepted risk.
IPaM stands for the Injury Prevention and Management Program. It's a work cover and a Workplace Health and Safety Queensland initiative to help businesses foster positive change towards safety and injury management.
I feel a very high level of personal responsibility. Having been out there myself, I know how dangerous it is, and I know from experience what the results of an accident can be.
Safety responsibility needs to be owned by all workers at all levels, especially given the fact that they're working with large, loud and dangerous equipment, often unsupervised. Tarmac Timbers had a wide range of injuries because they had a wide range of hazards. And those injuries may have been caused from poor design of machinery or dated machinery or a lack of sufficient guarding.
From the beginning, I think the hazards were all around us, and seeing people actually work around the risks and the hazards that we see day to day. And I think that was the main thing.
You hear more about the safety kind of thing, whereas before I guess it wasn't really something you spoke about. It was sort of just put into place, but it wasn't really something you sort of went over.
Through the IPaM program, with initial audits, we identified some machine guarding that was obvious perhaps, but definitely improvable. We've added some rails and walkways, changed some guarding around chains. We've readdressed some machines and changed the way that they operate so that the operator can be away from the hazard.
A systems assessment with the Injury Prevention and Management Program is a tailored approach. So that systems assessment may be sitting down and reviewing a system of work or their paperwork and their documents. What works, what doesn't work, what do they need to add or perhaps remove, or what they need to refine further. That's often done with the highest level management, so everyone has an understanding. And then it's also about testing that system of work with the workers on the floor.
Traditionally, there's been a disconnect between the two sides, those actually doing and those in the office.
Within the IPaM framework, there's a lot of open communication. Communication flows quite easily, which allows you to identify opportunities for improvement and to work closer with the workers on a consultative level, so they feel like you're one of them.
When I met Shannon, and he said, we don't have to do everything at once. So he explained to me, everything is done by stages. If we can do step-by-step stages, don't have to throw everything into it week by week. To this day, those stages are still ongoing, but we've come so far since that first stage, it's incredible.
So the attitude towards health and safety has definitely changed because we get more input from management and the people in the office, whereas previously, I guess it wasn't really so much like that. So it's good to have guys like Noel and Grant.
Grant, as our boss, if we bring something to him, we'll have it fixed within that week, every time.
Workplace health and safety has always had a high focus and policy and procedures. I think the difference for us has been in transitioning from having our paperwork all in a row to actually being able to apply those principles and policies.
18 months on from commencing the IPaM program with Tarmac Timbers, the organisation now still fosters positive incident reporting, and you can see the physical changes in the workspace. You can see the more practical changes with regards to hazards and risk management, and you'll also see the systematic changes and the workplace culture also changing.
Stepping up in workplace health and safety hasn't been an overnight thing, and to involve people in it, to get people on board, has taken some time. Friday Arvo, where everyone would knock off half an hour early, would have a health and safety meeting with a barbecue, and that's become a monthly event here. And as well as addressing the workplace health and safety, it's given us a forum for discussing other production issues or just helping to build a team.
So communication is definitely the most important part. If everybody's on the same page, then we all know what needs to be done. And if somebody is doing something unsafe, then you can pull them up on it, let them know, this is the procedure. Making sure your staff are all up to speed, they all know the procedures, they're all on the same level, knowing what they can do to change things if something's unsafe. As you sort of go through things in life, you might get married or have kids or whatnot, then you definitely become more conscious of the safety there.
Now that IPaM have stepped away from us a little bit, I think day in and day out, the routines are there now. If we can respect each other and the way we work and how we work and the procedures that we can put in, especially from IPaM, that I think it'll help out in the long run for all of us.
It's always been at the back of my mind, what if? And although we've not had a serious accident here, what if? So the peace of mind over that is something that's worthwhile. But as well as that, the attitude of the workers when they can see management implementing change is definitely improved. And I think that's definitely something that can't quite be measured in dollars and cents.